minutes to be seated because I did not have the foresight to make a reservation, thinking that the restaurants will be empty. They were full, and she said she went to the various shops, and they were full of people, and they were not just loitering, they were buying. And she said, in comparison, the malls in Los Angeles, where she stays, where she comes from, were empty, empty, you know, the way we know empty, you know, in terms of malls during the Christmas season, and people were not buying. I urge you to buy, I urge you to consume, because if we did not consume, we will not be able to stimulate the economy. And I think the Philippines will do well. Why? Because we don't save. We consume. No, I'm not an economist. And I did not mean for you to laugh, but it's really a laughing matter in a sense. You know how we consume, you know how we buy, you know how we do not save. And when there is a feast in the barrio, there is a fiesta, everybody must have something to offer to guests. They borrow on credit, and you know, they just don't care how they will be able to pay the debt that they have incurred as a consequence of providing the feast for the guests, but they spend. And Christmas, everybody must buy something for somebody or for many bodies. And you know, during Christmas of 2008, people were buying. And I think this is probably going to be helpful in the long run, and your remittances will be very, very helpful in that sense, because your families will have something to use when they help revive the Philippine economy. Unfortunately, here in this country, I was told by my friends who reside here that when you turn on the television set, I can't even remember the people who tell you, save, save, save. The Chinese are known for their savings, and this is probably one of the reasons why China has risen. I think it has risen economically, and it's the Confucian ethic, they say, and that reminds me of what Max Weber wrote about the Protestant ethic and the spirit of capitalism in America. He attributes the rise of capitalism in America to the Protestant ethic. And those of us in Asia that pride ourselves in developing great economies in East Asia, from Japan to many Southeast Asian countries, and then to China, to India, we were priding ourselves by saying it's the Confucian ethic of savings that was accountable for the economic development, remarkable economic development, particularly in those cultures that had been influenced by China, or at least the Confucian ethic. But now the Chinese are being encouraged to spend. How to spend? The Japanese are being encouraged to spend, but they can spend. I mean, the Chinese are